calendar from there. Once you choose your calendar.
Letty, I got it to let me present.
Okay, hold on. Let me try it. Hold
okay,
on.
See if it'll let you.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny.
Okay, if not, let me know and I can walk through and be your Vanna.
Okay.
So in the chat.
It says this will take over. Yeah, I can share now.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, yay. Okay. Oh. It said I could, and then it said I couldn't. Hold on. Thank you all for bearing with us. Okay, I'm presenting. Yay, we're back. Okay, everyone, can you see me now? My screen. Janae? Can you all see my screen?
I can. This is Diane Anderson. I can't see. I still have the bird.
Okay.
I can see it.
I can see your screen as well.
Okay, so do you all see me on Google? The Google tab?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, let's go from here. Yay, we did it. Okay, so I opened up. So what I did is I went, I'm just going to backtrack a tiny bit. I'll go pretty quick here. I opened a new tab, and all I did was, you can do a couple of things. You can go meet.google.com. And you can get to your Google Meet that way, or you can click on this where I'm here. I'm already signed in as I hover over my Google, my Chrome, and my G Suite. So these are two different. I'll show you here. These are two different. This is my Chrome browser login here, where I hover over. It says my name, and this one at the bottom is my Google platform, my Google domain login here. So we want to make sure that those two match, because when I click on this, I will see that I'm under Galvez at aps.edu. So that is the only account I have signed in. Okay, so you want to make sure those two are matched there. Now, if I click on this gray waffle icon and I go down to Meet, I can get to my Google Meet that way if I click there, or I could just type in meet.google.com. Then it'll prompt me, it'll ask me to start or to join or to start a meeting. Once I click on that, I can enter a nickname for my meeting. So I can say True, since I'm through here, True Lady Meeting. Okay, so I can nickname this whatever I want to name this meeting. I can click continue. Once I click continue, it'll tell me, get ready to start your meeting. Now, before starting my meeting, it's going to say, okay, there I am. Oops, there I am. Oh, there I am. Okay, so I can choose to turn my camera off, where it'll just show my icon, and then I can choose to turn my microphone off. If I'm not ready for my meeting, I could turn my camera using this icon here at the bottom. I can turn my camera on. Hello, everyone, working from home. Or I could turn it off. Okay, so once I turn off my camera, you will see my image here, my profile image, because I've already updated my profile. Then I can say I want to join the meeting now. So once I join the meeting, then it'll automatically give me this notice here that it's telling me, here's your meeting information if you want to share it with someone. If you click, as I hover over, it says copy joining information. I can copy that by clicking on it, and it automatically copies it to my clipboard. Okay, since I am in an APS domain and using the APS domain, I can go down to the bottom where it says add people. If I click on add people and say I want to add my colleague Janae, by just typing in her first letters of her name, it automatically populates Janae Menikuchi. And if you look down here, if I scroll down, it'll start populating people. They're all at APS. So it's already in the APS domain. So I can already start populate. I can if I type in Jaramillo, there's my senior director, Aaron Jaramillo. So I can automatically, I can invite him to this meet, okay? And then I can invite others as well. I can invite them by simply typing in their emails, or I can also do a call and I can enter their phone numbers if I have it, enter their phone numbers and invite them that way, okay? So once I send the invite, I click here and it says send invite. Once I send that invite, it'll automatically, Google Meet will automatically generate an email to them. And it'll say that I am inviting them to a Google Meet. Once they open their email, they can.
Maria, can you stop presenting because you've kicked Letty off?
Am I not on there?
No, Maria took over this.
Okay, Maria, I'm going to need you to stop presenting, and I'm going to see if I can get back in.
Maria, if you go down to the bottom right where it says presenting and then say stop presenting. There we go. Okay, Letty, try again. There you go.
I took over the screen. Thank you. Back on.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you, Janae.
You know that when you do invite your group name, please make it very specific, because last night I got on and used the word practice and I popped into somebody else's meeting.
Yes. Yes, because if you share a nickname with someone and not the code, if you do not share the meeting code and you share the nickname instead, that's exactly right. You can pop into others. So be more specific on the nicknames that you're using. My colleague Tina Nunez, she is so she usually uses her last name and the date. So that helps kind of minimize that discrepancy there. So you can invite people through the through email, or you can add their phone numbers. And once you invite them, you do want to make sure that you can invite them using the code. It's automatically pasted on your clipboard. So if you go into your email, you could just copy and paste. You just Control V for paste if you're using Adele. You can just copy and paste it straight onto your email. Okay. So once you invite people, now I'm going to show you all can still see my screen. You can use the key here. If you hover at the bottom, I've already given it True Lady Meeting. That is the nickname here on the bottom right, left hand corner. I've already given it my nickname. So I can give someone that nickname so that they can join my meeting, or I can send them the code. Okay. And again, if I hover here at the bottom, I can mute and unmute my mic. I can leave, once I click here, I can leave the call or leave the meeting, and I can turn off my camera. So many of you probably don't want to, you don't want to be seen right now as we are working from home. And so you can turn off your camera and your initials will pop up rather than, children in the background and all these distractions. You can choose to turn off your camera. Also here at the top, if you go to where I'm hovering over where it's the two little people here icon, if you click on that, it'll show me a list. If I go back to the meet I'm on with you all, I have 251 people right now as I hover over, I have 251 people here in my meet. If I click on that, it'll show me a list of everyone, all the people that are in the meet. Okay. If I go to my chat here next to the people icon, if I go to my chat, it'll show me the questions or anything that's taking place right now. If you all have any questions at all, you can go ahead and use the chat to ask your questions. And this is really good because then the person facilitating the meeting, in this case being me, I won't be distracted by everybody unmuting their mics and talking all at the same time. So what you want to do, bless you, What you want to do is on onset, when you first start the meeting, you want to make sure that everyone is mics are muted, excuse me, because right now we have 251 people in this chat, or in this webinar. So of the 251 people, can you imagine if all of their mics were on, or at least half of those mics were on, even 5 mics on at the same time? It's a lot of distraction. So you want to make sure that you turn your mics off. And the way you do that is by hovering down at the bottom. You hover down and you can, where I'm here under meeting details, I just go and I can unmute my mic there. Okay.
So if we could have everybody do that, because somebody still has their mic on and I'm not able to turn it off.
Yes, if you have your mic on, let's do that. Let's practice doing that now. Go to meeting details, hover over at the bottom of your screen. Go to meeting details. If you want to turn off your camera, you're welcome to turn off your camera. If you want to, and please do turn off your mic. Just hover over it. It says turn off mic. Click on that. Okay? So make sure everybody's mic is off. Okay.
It's on, it's like bubbles. It's green.
Also, here right underneath the people icon, if you are running a meet and you want to, you all are in the middle of conversation or what have you, and you want to invite someone else, improv to, you want to invite someone else to your meeting, if you click on this little icon right below the people icon, it says add people. You can go in and add someone. So it gives you that option, as it did at the beginning when you initially created the meet. You can also go in and add this option here to invite somebody else. Okay. And here next to each person that I'm, let me see if I could find some of my colleagues in here. I don't see. Oh, here's Christina Nunez. So if I go into Christina and I click here, I see that her microphone is muted. Okay. Because I'm not the person who created this webinar, I cannot go in and unmute her. She would have to unmute herself. Okay. And if you are the one who creates your Google Meet, you're the person who created your Google Meet, here at the bottom, you have the option to either pin this participant to the screen so that you are, if they're screen sharing, it should already have them on. You should already automatically be able to see their screen share. But if for any reason it's toggling back and forth and somebody doesn't have their mic on, because the person, wherever it picks up sound, wherever Google Meet picks up sound, it's going to go to their to that screen. So even if somebody coughs, it'll pick up that sound and it'll go to the person coughing, the person who's coughing their screen. So you want to make sure you pin. If it's toggling back and forth, you can pin the person that you want to have on your screen. You can choose to remove the person. If you click on this little minus where I'm hovering over, you can remove the person from the screen, and you can mute and you can mute the person as well. Once you mute the person, however, you cannot unmute them. They will have to go in and unmute themselves. Okay. Here at the bottom, you have the option to turn on captions. So if I click on here and I say, yes, I want to turn on my captions, it should start. There it is. It should start now recording everything that I'm saying on my, you have those, the closed captioning options. Okay. Just by simply hovering down at the bottom at the meeting details and turning on the closed captioning. Okay. If you want to present your screen, of course, right next to it as I'm presenting my screen.
If you go down to, where you turned your,
make sure you're set up this Google Meet, then you can record the meeting. You can record this, your Google Meet when you're meeting with the student. And when you choose this option, it'll say, you know, do you have consent? And you just click yes. And that's if you're meeting with the student, it'll prompt you, do you have a consent to record this meeting with your student? And you just, you can choose the yes option if you do have that consent. You should have the consent already because of the, this is, Google is the district supported domain. So you should be able to have that, oh, sorry, my meeting cut out. Can you all hear me okay? Thumbs up on the chat. Janae, are we good?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Oh, okay.
We can hear you. Can I
Awesome.
can I answer a couple questions real quick?
Yes, please.
So we've had questions about Letty's gonna hover over she's gonna go back over because now we have different people in on how to create it. You have to, if you want to create the Google Meet beforehand and share the link, you have to go to your Google Calendar.
Yes, I'm going to be sharing that. I'm sharing that next, Janae.
Perfect. Right now, Google Calendar does not talk to the Outlook calendar. So just be aware of that. Don't spend hours trying to sync the two. You'll have to copy and make an invite in both. I've had a lot of people ask if we can invite parents who don't have a Google email address. Yes, you can. Once you add the live stream link in, they will not be able to join. So do not add a live stream link in unless you want it to be locked within the Google domain. Once we add live stream link in, that does not allow for people outside of APS to join. So hopefully most of your meetings will not be like we are at 250 and larger. So also, we do have documentation on our site. We will post that link in the chat. We have several videos on how to run a Google Meet, how to get started, how to create, sorry, I have dogs, how to create a invite. So please follow up with that. And now I'm going to let Letty continue.
Thank you, Janae. Okay, so if you want from here, and again, I just went over to my three dots here. It can I can stop the stream, but we want to keep it going. I can record the meeting, which it's already being recorded. I can change the layout, how you ever want the view for your Google Meet. I can do full screen. As I'm presenting, I could present my full screen. I could turn on captions. I can go into my settings here and choose to either do video. I can choose the audio that I want to use. If I don't want to go to the default audio, I can choose a specific audio. If I go to video, I can do standard. They're both set for standard definition, but you can for the resolution to send and receive resolution, I can change those here as well. I can go into and I can use help from here. If I have any questions, I can go to my help option here, and I can also use the phone for audio. So if I want to choose to do that, I can click here and I can enter a phone number. It'll prompt me which do you want me. It'll ask you which phone number you want to add on there, and then I could do that as well. Okay. So again, creating a Google Meet. If I go into, oh, somebody joined my Google Meet here, Ian Gonzalez. So if I want to create a Google Meet, I can just open a new tab, and I can go to my gray waffle icon here, and I can go down to Meet.
Good morning.
Choose the Meet there. Please mute your microphones if you haven't already. I could choose the Meet here, or I can just type in meet.google.com, and it'll automatically take me to join or start a meeting. If you have a meeting code, then you can copy and paste it in there, and it'll give you your meeting, take you to your meeting from there. Okay. So let's go into Google Calendar. Oh, there's Diana. So again, she could, if I want to go in, right now I have Diana or Irma Venteria. So I can go into Irma and I can, because I created this meet, I can go in and remove her. I could pin her, or her mic is off right now. She muted her mic and she's the only one who can unmute her mic. Okay. So let's go into Calendar, Google Calendar. And again, a good note to make is that Google Calendar is not synced to our Outlook. Okay, so, and it's not, I mean, you can, let's just exit out of that. So it won't allow you to sync the two calendars as it is now. But if I want to create a Google Meet and on my calendar, tomorrow morning, I can create this one, a Google Meet. I just clicked on it on the 7th. I just clicked and it says to add an event. Okay, so I can add an event. I can choose my dates, add guest. If I go into add guest, I can start typing in my senior director, Aaron Jaramillo. I can choose to invite him. Automatically, it populates all of APS domain. Since I'm in my APS domain, it'll populate all of our APS employees. If and I can say here I want it'll generate a list of people that I have invited to my Google Meet. Okay, if I want to invite Janae, I can invite Janae and my other colleague Christina. I can invite them, and as I'm excuse me, as I'm inviting them, it's populating them here at the bottom. Okay, and here I can choose what calendar. Do I want to put it on my own personal calendar, or do I want to choose the EdTech calendar? And that way, everybody has they have access to the calendar that I put it in. Okay, and here where it says add rooms, location, or conferencing, if I click on that, it's going to ask me which of the three do you want to add. If I want to add conferencing, I click on conferencing, and it automatically generated a Google Meet code for me. Okay, if I do view conference details and I click that little down arrow, it gave me here the Google the Meet code, and it says up to 250 participants. So here's the Meet ID so that people can join the meeting, and automatically it adds it for you, and it puts it on your calendar as well. Excuse me, as well as add a live stream. So that's what Janae was talking about. If you add a live stream, so right now the 250 participants, anybody who has this link can use the code to get into my Meet. Okay, so anyone outside of APS can also join. Once I add the live link, because we are in the APS domain, once I add the live link, it will no longer allow anyone from outside of APS to join the live stream. They cannot join because anyone outside of APS cannot join the live stream. They could only join the Meet, the Google Meet. Okay, and I believe that once you add the live stream, right now it's something crazy. Like it allows you to add like something insane, like 100,000 participants, so people can join the live stream. However, once you add the live stream, only APS people who are within the APS domain or have used their APS credentials to sign in can join the live link. So if you want, for example, parents, if you want parents to join your Google Meet and they're outside of APS, they don't have APS login credentials, then you do not want to add the live link, or the live stream rather, excuse me. You do not want to add a live stream. You want to make sure that you just give them the Google Meet. Okay. If you add a live stream, you just click on it and then it'll generate a code so that it automatically adds a live stream. Okay, thumbs up on that. I'm gonna discard it.
Leticia, we're down to like 5 minutes. Folks,
yes.
we will redo this because of the technical difficulties.
Yes.
So please bear with us. We will do a do-over, but we will need to debrief this and figure out what glitched, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna let Letty finish up with her 5 minutes, and then we will be sharing more. Please check the chat because we will put in links there, also to where to find documentation on how to do this, as well as where our next set of webinars will be and where to find a ton of resources we have built.
Yes. And so one last thing before we end this Google Meet training, thank you again for bearing with us in spite of all the technical difficulties. But you know, Google has just opened up. It used to be where they maxed out at 100 participants. It started off with 50, then it doubled up to 100, and now they're at 250. So yep, some glitches along the way. But if as I'm hovering over here at the Meet, my tab, if I right click that, it gives me the option to pin my tab. Okay, so if I'm going to go ahead and pin this tab, all I did was click on my tab, right clicked it, and it gives me the option to pin my tab. If I click on pin my tab, it automatically shrinks it. It shows that it's still on, but that way it keeps me from exiting out, from accidentally closing my tab. So now it's going to be there and it's going to be pinned. Okay, so something just, and if you want to unpin your tab, same thing. You right click on the tab and you go to unpin, and then it'll stretch it out, and now you can, you know, accidentally exit out. So if you're running a Meet with your colleagues, students, parents, what have you, you want to right click that and pin the tab, and that way you can't accidentally close it out. Okay, and Janae will be putting in our chat if you have any questions regarding Google Meet. We can all be reached at edtech@aps.edu. That's edtech.edu@aps.edu, and I see Janae put it in the chat. So you can reach us. That if you send us an email, it'll get to all of us, and we will respond to you promptly. Okay, thank you all for being here, and thank you to my at aps.edu, and I see Janae put it in the chat. So you can reach us. That if you send us an email, it'll get to all of us, and we will respond to you promptly. Okay, thank you all for being here, and thank you to my colleagues Janae Menacucci and Christina Nunez. And also, I'm not sure if my senior director's on here, Aaron Jaramillo, but thank you all for joining us, and we apologize for the technical glitches, but we're glad we were able to get through it as quickly as possible, and hope it helped a bunch. Thank you all. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you.